Greetings, Ozwind here, and welcome to Let's Play the Riftbreaker. In the last episode, we showcased the buildings for producing power or energy. In this episode, we're going to talk about resource gathering. We start with the carbonium over here. The stats, like that, 20, 40, and 80. Again, they always deduct one carbonium, but they produce 1, 2, and 4 carboniums per second, depending on the level, and of course they take 20, 40, and 80 energy per second. Sure is a carbonium ore thingy at the bottom, so unfortunately I'll have to showcase this without, so you can see how this looks like. Again, I should have rotated this thing. Oh gosh, I don't know how long it takes to build this. Oh, 15 seconds is not a lot. Okay, you know what, let's just adjust this. Because I don't have to showcase the other building now, right? The power plant. So let's just quickly change this up. This is like the base resource gathering facility, and it's built on. It's on by default, so you can already see it gathering resources. You can see that's how it does its work. Oh, we are out of materials. I mean, like out of storage. So let's just build something. Okay, now you can continue harvesting. Awesome. Yes. So you can see that it's like, oh, drilling the deposit and then taking it up. I mean, nothing much to mention about the design, but it's nice that they have 3 different levels, so they increase in sophistication. And yeah, I think it's really good design here. It just looks quite believable as a mine. And then it kind of like grinds the carbonium. Yeah. Okay, it stops. Okay. Then again, that's a different thing from switching it off, I think. Oh, it's the same. Okay. Good. Good. I don't know. That's why I was like switching off, I think. That's that one. Now we're going to ionium. Let's showcase the stats again, 20, 40, and 80 for 1, 2, and 4. Okay, and let's power up the thing. 3 different designs. Mining iron. This is a lot more simple design though. Another basic resource gathering structure, iron and carbon. The 2 basic resources that we have here. As for the design though, yeah, it's just quite simple. This, and this. Again, this looks like a cannon. This also reminds me of a different game. The cannon tower of a different game. A tower defense game also. It looks fine, it looks elegant, it looks cool. I mean, elegantly industrial, if anything. So, yeah, I'm okay with this. Next, let's talk about the tower ammo factory. It stores ammo for the tower, that's all. Just stores ammo for the tower. And I think the armory also produces tower ammo as well. So we have level 1, level 2, and level 3. I'll not read out the difference. You can see it for yourself. Of course, the higher level is better. These buildings, they produce ammo for the towers. 3 buildings, they have the same design. It's just different number. The ammo that's like produced from here is stored over here. So I'll build that and see if they can start producing. Meanwhile, I'll probably just switch off these 2 and just have 1 and see if it animates, because like this symbol here just means that the storage is full, so maybe the animation is only gonna happen. Yeah, okay. Now let's see. Let's look at the animation. Don't know what that thing is also. Like, maybe it's just iron. I think so. It could be the ionium. Like, it looks like the ionium. So being passed through here into the factory to produce weapons or something. Because you can see that it minuses 2 iron and carbon per second. So, yeah. And that's it. In just a few animations, this is already full. Isn't that cool? Now let's move on. This is one that has no animation. The solid material storage, so basically our storage for everything else. 3 different designs for 3 different levels, taller and taller and taller, with a little bit of extra details on the front side over here. And on the side over here, like this, is not sophisticated. This is more, and this is even more. I thought these were like 1 bar, 0 bar, and 2 bar, that kind of thing, but no, it's not. So, well, whatever. Of course, we need these buildings a lot. Like, literally, we need tons of these buildings because they really don't store a lot. It's like 800 only. So, if I were to show you, this is what we have. This is what I've built. Okay? Seriously, this is just like all the storage that we need. And this is not all. In fact, there's more. But I added a lot more of these storage facilities just to get, like, parts of the 358,000. And since there's no like sound effects, let's move on a little bit longer. So these are the stats for this, and this. And have I shown this, and this? And then when it is activated, it's just like that. Okay, there's just a little bit of spinning on this side. You can see that. It's just a ventilation, I guess. Yeah, for the ammo storage. And, no, I mean, I was talking about this. I wasn't talking about this. Okay, so anyway, this first. Yeah, the ammo storage, to store the ammo produced here. And, this also affects our own ammo. So it's not just like the tower's ammo, but our own ammo as well. Like these ammo. These are our ammo as well. So, like, the lesser we have, the lesser ammo we can use. Stats, and stats. Level 1, 2, and 3. And if you look at the design, kind of true. I mean, like, it's rounded to avoid sharp edges and therefore lesser chances of sparks and whatnot. And it deflects bullets and projectiles. Ammo storage, obviously, you want to be more careful with the design to make sure that they kind of like don't catch on fire and whatnot. I think this is believable, and you can see the little spinning, and this one doesn't have. So 3 different designs once again. Wonderful. I think it's better than just having one design and having numbers like this one. But then again, this is also unique in the sense that if you were to link this over. Okay, this is the liquid material storage. 1, 2, and 3. It's the same, it's just number different. Yeah, it looks like a tank, obviously, and you want to know what's in the tank without actually clicking on it. That's nice, but it stores 3,000, 4,500, 6,000. What we can do is we can change it to here. Oh, have we changed it? Yes, we have. So we will empty it. Oh, no, hang on. Gotta destroy that one first, and then destroy this one first. Yeah, now it changes to red, and then we change this to this and empty it again, and now it becomes this. So if the tanks are linked up, then obviously they will all have the liquid passing through. So it's really nice design instead of like having to space them out just to add pipes. See? We can change it to that. We can change it to this. Yeah. Different types. Let's just showcase whatever we can showcase. Some that we don't have, too bad. I'm so sorry about that, but yeah. Magma and flammable gas though? Looks a little different. Even gas can be stored here. Doesn't require any sort of power to supply to it. That's it. Water filtering plant. Again, the design is just like 1, 2, and 3. Exactly the same. So we supply mud to it, and then it outputs water to us. So let's choose mud over here. Okay, and then we power it up. So when powered down, it just looks like this. I think it's just like it's better to show when it is powered up. And then we want to link it up to here so that it actually will continue running. Yeah. Okay, now let's power off some of these. Yeah, better this way. So you can see that it's just like, oh, pumping the water. And I think it's like, okay, it passes through here and then filters the water and pumps it into here. So like maybe this is mud, this is water, but we can't really see it from here. Nonetheless, it still looks like a water filtering plant. So that's that. So it's like 50, 75, and 100, and it takes 100, 100, 100 mud. So that's nice. Energy though increases from 50, 75 to 100. Now this is a gas filtering plant. The input is sludge and the output is flammable gas. So let's empty this. Now we input sludge. Level 1, 2, and 3, not much of a difference. It's just like 1, 2, 3, that's all. And then we will power on this one. The stats is like this. 25, 50, and 75 flammable gas for 5, 10, and 20. I can't even read. 5, 10, and 20 energy per second. Cleansing of sludge to make flammable gas. The building design looks okay, I guess. So this is the sludge over here. I think maybe the centrifuge is to like let the sludge sink to the bottom and the gas on top is piped out as a flammable gas kind of thing, and then these knobs or something reminds us of the other one, the geothermal one. Looks okay, looks rather believable. The exhaust, of course, yeah. This is the cultivator. It basically cultivates plants for us so we can get resources without mining deposits. 3 different levels, and once again, it needs water supply. It will just plant. So we have to select the plant through here. You can see what's the resources that they'll produce. Some are not available in this biome, so we just need to change biome. But otherwise, we should be fine. We should be able to plant those things in the right biomes. Because like, otherwise they'll tell us something different, right? So it's just a number, everything else stays the same. Okay, so you can see that they go back here to pick up the seeds or something, and then they kind of overlap, which is not very realistic. We plant these things, okay, so like what is selected here is just this. It's only herbs, so they should be planting just herbs instead of like, you know, this Hazanite thingy, yeah. But okay, fine, whatever. In terms of design, they look alright, I just don't like how they stack. Okay, I just don't like how they stack over here. And in terms of stats, we have got this, more and more energy, but they have more and more drones. So 3, 4, and 5 drones. 20 meters, no change. I think it's nice that they don't change the radius, otherwise it's so difficult to plan things. The more drones, the faster. Takes up the same amount of water, just different amount of energy. Next, we have got this. And that is the harvesting station. Again, same design, just different numbers. Alright, just different numbers here. Oh, before that, cultivation, just that green little orb over here and a little bit of water supply to seemingly say that, oh, it's developing something in the greenhouse or the nursery or something, and then it's planting outside for growth. Otherwise, this looks like a air traffic tower or something, so it kind of looks believable, I guess. So now we're going to move on to the harvesting station. These are the stats. There's like 2, 3, and 4 drones for 100, 150, 200 energy per second. And now let's switch on these things and we'll see what happens. So they're gonna start harvesting. Actually, I don't think they will really produce anything because there's really nothing to produce. Oh, plant biomass, of course. Plant biomass. So they're gonna send out the drones and they're gonna get the plant and whatever. And whatever is being harvested, including some other plants around here, you'll see the production under the production tab of the harvesting station. So there's like carbonium, rhodonite, ironium, tanzanite, and whatnot, whatever's in here. So you can literally just build a harvesting station in the forest without the cultivator, and that's still fine. You can even build a few without the cultivator because natural generation, natural planting, natural growth, that's fine. But maybe don't build too many harvesting stations because the natural growth, I think, is a lot slower than artificial growth from here. Okay, so the drone range 25 meters, a lot bigger than this. I think it's nice. For the drone mines, what happens here is that we send out drones like these harvesting stations, but the drones themselves will harvest anything, whether carbonium or rare materials, it doesn't matter. But the rate of harvesting is slower. Also, it costs a lot more energy, I think, as compared to a standard mining facility like this, which is like 80 on the level 3. This is 100 on a level 1, and then 200 on level 3. And they just harvest slower. This is like +4. This is like +0 point something. Okay, they do have like 3 drones, so maybe like 0.6 or something. Okay, so it's really, really slow. But then again, the good thing is that it can just fly out in this scope and just harvest. Okay, so
under attack.
We can just like enable this, and they'll just go out and harvest. So you can see the stats again over here. Okay, from 1, 2, and 3 drones, and when they come back from their harvesting, you'll be able to see that they bring back the materials on this info card, and you can tell what's the production rate like. So you can see that carbonium, okay, not 0 point something, but it's like 1 point something, and then 1, and then 0.8, 0.6. Yeah, so it's actually kind of slow. So over here, it's did they get anything? Doesn't seem like they got anything. For this, they just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Like, this is how insignificant it is. Like 1 carbonium, okay, 1 carbonium or less than 1 carbonium for 200 energy, as compared to 4 carbonium for 80 energy. Okay, just think about that. Also, it depletes the carbonium deposit 1 each every time it harvests, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not good. As for the looks, okay, no numbers here, so that's awesome. We get to see like 1 landing pad, 2 landing pads, and 3. So I think that's a lot better than just like having the same thing. So you can see the advancement of the mines just like the other mines. So this is a remote mine, the drone mine. I think that's actually quite cool, isn't it? For the biocomposters, they produce flammable gas, and they use biomass, plant biomass, and water. So they store, and that's the stats: 25, 50, 75, and then they take the same amount of biomass, so that's really good, but they take more and more energy as they level up. Again, same design. You know, look at the difference here. This is so cool, and this is just the same design. But regardless, let's see how it looks like. There we go. So let's switch off this and just have 1 operate. Be easier this way. Have I shown the stats? I think I have. So biomass, plant biomass, and then just produces like the flammable gas, and we can store it here. So in terms of the design, well, it's just like, I think it's like, what, that's like 5. I can't even count when it's spinning. Like 5 bottles, or rather 5 alive bottles, because these look like eyes. Possessed bottles, or wisp bottles, because they look like possessed by wisps. So 5 wisps bottles spinning around this thing like a centrifuge or something, you know, and then like maybe waiting for the plant biomass to ferment and produce the necessary resource, and that is the flammable gas. So this is clockwise, and this is anti-clockwise. Seems like a trend though to make it more sophisticated. So this is spinning clockwise, this anti-clockwise. Now for this, the plasma converter, it converts the plasma to supercharged plasma for a weapon, for the fusion reactor produces the plasma. The supercharged plasma is for the rift gate and the weapons, yeah. That's the stats, so 25, 50, and 75 supercharged plasma per second for 50, 100, and 200 energy per second. So it takes in plasma, and it outputs supercharged plasma. So same design, it's just the level numbers, so once again, yeah, that's all it does. So it's just spinning over there, and then produces this. As for a plasma to supercharged plasma converter, I have nothing to comment because I don't really know what it's about. It's just a spinning turbine thingy, so I don't know what's the process. I would say, okay, fine, this is how it works, this is how I'll take it, right? So this is the ionizer. It ionizes titanium and changes it to plasma, and there's only one level. You clear that, and we can switch this on, and it will just run. Again, the ionizer does a simple job. It's only one level. The turbine spinning, and these things are like just pistons and whatnot. This is spinning over here, and that's about it. Supercoolant, it's a different thing. Okay, so in terms of design, I guess it just looks like a factory. I don't really know what ionizing does, so I have nothing much to comment about this. It looks pretty alright though. There's like a few details, the spinning turbine, the pistons, and the little tiny fan over here that's often blocked by the symbol icons thingy, so whatever. Now we have the carbonium synthesizers. They basically convert carbonium to, energy to carbonium. So like they use energy to make carbonium. I don't know how it works, but you just synthesize carbonium from nothing but electricity. What? Really? I guess so. 3 different levels, but the same design. So we're just gonna switch on one of them. Yeah, is it functioning? It is functioning, but we don't see anything. It's just like that. No animation. Stats. 2, 3, and 4 carbonium. Okay? Not a lot, but uses a lot of energy. Thankfully, just energy. Okay, now we go to the supercoolant refinery as the sun is setting. The supercoolant is also one level. It produces supercoolant using titanium. We need energy, of course, and it's like 2 titanium and 250 energy, and then produces 25 supercoolant. And for the supercoolant, it's just simply that, like, you just use it for the fusion reactor. I think you supply water or supercoolant and it produces plasma. Alright, and we're back here with the pipes connected. Now let's see. So basically it does whatever it does here. 2 massive pistons with a rotating thingy. There are some vents, so it seems almost like ventilation exchanging through here, like being exchanged through here. And there's like pipes attached over here. Let's move on to ionium synthesizer, the other counterpart of carbonium synthesizer. So it produces ionium 2, 3, and 4, 500, 650, 675, 800. Same for here, right? Yeah, the energy is the same. So we can switch these on. They're just like different numbers, so we just need to switch one on and you can see how it works. Basically, pistons trying to, I think, liquefy, or rather convert energy into liquefied iron and then solidify to become iron. Just that simple. That's all. 3 different levels there. But it's very energy intensive, and therefore it's not advisable to use early game because we don't really have a lot of space or a lot of energy. Next we go to the uranium centrifuge. It converts crude uranium into uranium, and 3 different levels, but then again it's just the same design. So you can see that it is like just, using a centrifuge, I guess, to filter out the residue or something, like just whatever you don't need, leaving the pure uranium in there, yeah? And if you were to stop the thing, it actually stops spinning and then doesn't seem to return to this state. Interesting, isn't it? I guess, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to return to that state. Yeah. Just like that only. That's all. Quite interesting. Alright, this is the last one, and that's the rare element mines. These are the stats. Of course, you've seen here on screen there's been some combat, unfortunately. But regardless, you can hear the Geiger counter just like ticking away, tick 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 all the time. Anyway, this is the rare element mine. It mines uranium ore and converts them into uranium, or rather crude uranium. Okay, this can be used for mining anything else like cobalt, titanium, for example. Okay, so yeah, It's pretty cool. 3 different designs, because these are like the mines, so obviously 3 different designs. And then they kind of like drill down to the ground, and then, you know, like, because rare materials, right? So they have massive drills instead of the small ones like on the carbonium one. I would say they look very convincing and cool. Rare element mines there. So 1, 2, and 4 crude uranium or any rare elements per second, and then 50, 100, and 200 energy. The rare element mines can only be built mostly like outside of the headquarters area, just because the rare elements are in other biomes and whatnot. There was a cobalt patch on the area near the headquarters, but that's about it. Alright, we are back here. I've shown pipes, but I've not shown the liquid pump actually, right? Have I shown that? I don't think so. These produce water or lava or whatever. Like, it can be water, it can be, mud or sludge or magma or lava.
We have to investigate.
I think it's actually magma, right? So it is 100 for level 1, but it has this range though, so you can't build another one in the same range or same radius. This is 100 mud per second. And then tower range, the same thing. This is 150 per second, and this is 200 per second. And you can see that they look kind of different. You can see it here. I would want to link the pipes out so that you can see how it works. So, you know, without the label over there, that icon thingy over there. Now you can see these pumps working. So basically, yeah, that's the animation. They look quite simplistic, but this looks really sophisticated. I think it's pretty cool. Serves its purpose. Looks like a pump. And that's about it. These are essential though, so like they usually are on the outskirts of our base defenses because of the position of these mud and sludge and magma. So we do have to make sure they're well defended somehow or be there when they're attacked. Alright, so this is an add-on. I forgot all about the liquid compressors and decompressors. Basically, we start with the compressors first. Whatever it receives from the pipe is whatever it will send out. And let's address the stats first. You can see that it's 200 per second. And this is 100 per second. So it basically, yeah, it cannot receive anything. But anyways, 100 per second is 200 per second. And I'm not gonna show the level 2. Well, it's fine, right? It's like 500 energy. Yeah, even if I switch it off, it's just going to show 500. Okay, so this is not the indicator of how much it will consume. Like you see, switched off, it's still 1000. So level 2 by implication will be 750 energy. Okay, so it takes 200 per second. Water, this is 100 per second, so level 2, 150. As for the design though, it's really cool. One of the better designs that I like. It starts with the pipe going into a cylinder to store whatever liquids passed in, and then the liquid here passes over to an injector that injects the liquid over to here, which kind of like atomizes the liquid into whatever thing or compresses it into whatever thing that then gets sent across the virtual world to the decompressor. For the decompressor, we have to choose what we want to decompress through the decompressor. Yeah, so we will pick this one, the water. Okay, so it passes through, and then I guess I can just like put this here also. And I think I will switch this off because it's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, so you can see here that it takes a cylinder here. So let's address the animation first before it kind of shuts down. All right, it will deatomize water from whatever virtual world it is, and then put the cylinder to here to pass the liquid into the system so that it can be passed through to the pipe. And then you see the pistons moving here. Yeah, but what I don't like is that the cylinder still retains its color. It would have been nice if the cylinder kind of drains completely and no longer have the color remaining. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But anyway, the cylinder gets drained into the pipe output, and then get stored in the storage tanks. Meanwhile, the supposedly empty tank then gets recycled. I hope it's a recycling thing over here, but it gets discarded or stored over here. Okay, meanwhile, this receptor thingy returns to prepare for the next delivery of the liquid, whatever liquid has been decompressed here. Meanwhile, if we were to pause this thing halfway, you see that this cylinder is actually like in the middle here. So it's pretty interesting, I would say. It's really pretty interesting. If we were to switch it on again and then pause again, you see, it makes a little bit of progress. So I think that's really nice. Again, if we were to have a level 2, then this number will be 2, but over here it is just empty, okay? We are done with the resource storage, production, and transportation structures. What do you think of the designs? I like most of them because they have different levels and they look differently detailed. Most importantly, they look very futuristic, and most of them also, not all of them, but most of them look quite believable. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna end this episode here though. In the next episode, we'll move on to defensive structures. Thank you so much for watching. That's all I have for now. Have a nice day.